All right, we are here, EPI Impact25, beautiful Las Vegas, day one, Paycast first conference, very excited about that. Shout out EPI, shout out Mike Nardy, shout out Ludacris concert at the end. We are going to try, I guess, a travel vlog. But the goal is show you everything we did here at Impact25, make you feel like you were here if you weren't. A lot of interviews, a lot of good questions. We're gonna go find best beer in the business right now. James Ringstaff down there somewhere. Probably gonna try to post up somewhere and get some interviews. So, like I said, very excited to be here. And hopefully we do pretty good at our very first travel vlog. Shout out Caesars Las Vegas. Just got registered, Impact25. Shout out best beer in the business behind the camera. I think this might be a first time for him, but very excited to be here. Look at the big line. Everybody getting ready to go in, I think, do some meet and greet, but this is a good start. Look at this bag. This is the nicest bag I think I've ever seen. Thank you so much. Electronic payment sponsored by Déja Vu. If you look at that, I put my whole life in this. Thank you. Shout out bags. Good thing I have so many hands to carry this around all day.
Impact25.
Came up the longest escalator in the world. We got registered, we got our bags, we got our badges. Now we're going into the main meet and greet, I believe, for day one Impact25. Maybe we could probably post up somewhere and start getting some interviews. People, I'm sure, will start recognizing the best beer in the business at this point. And I've made it this far walking backwards, so shout out me. I almost ran into that. All right, we're here live in the point of sale lab. I just found a guy, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. His name's Dave Humphrey, but he's saying that he has found some secrets or something.
Yeah, so ExaTouch has a lot of extra features that people don't know about. So this actually acts as a microphone and a headset. So if you're into like home recording, like a home recording studio, this is an excellent unit for that. Most people don't know about it. I'm sure that Mike Nardy will be upset that I'm letting a secret out, but ExaTouch has so many extra built-in features, it'll just drive you crazy.
All right, we're here at Impact25 with Kermit Lowry, friend of the Paycast network. Kermit, first question, how does it feel to be the most popular guy on the Paycast network, other than myself and the best beer in the business? Because your video, at the time of this recording, has the most views on YouTube.
It's an honor, and it was an awesome experience. So,
did you see that coming? The 11,000 views.
But yeah, no, I didn't expect that. So it's been good to have eyes on me.
Yeah, well, thank you for getting us so many views on one of our first episodes. But also, what are you the most excited for at Impact25 specifically?
Ludacris.
Dude, that's what I was saying.
And just meeting the EPI team and the people that we interact with daily to get merchants taken care of.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that you hope to get out of it other than just kind of meeting people and getting the team out here?
Honestly, it's just great team building for my team. So that networking and breaking bread with everyone is kind of my goal while out here, and learning about table turn.
Thank you, Kermit. As always, good to see you, man.
Appreciate
I'm sure
it.
we'll see you back around somewhere.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, just a few quick questions. Here, come over here by me. All right, we're here at Impact25 with, sir, can you please tell us your name?
Matt Morris.
Matt Morris.
California, because there's 3 with the company.
There's 3 Matt Morris with your company?
There are.
Would you say you're number 1, 2, or 3 of the Matt Morris?
Oh, absolutely number 1.
Is that just because of the jersey?
Yes, I think that is it.
Okay, Matt, tell us, what are you looking to get out of Impact25, and why is it to just see Ludacris?
That's the reason we came.
What are you looking to get out of Impact25 while you're here?
Networking. There's so many great people that are here, and the success level of many of these folks are off the chart. And them as a resource for the rest of us, is, including the youngsters off camera over there, it's very valuable. And the management team, they allow us to set appointments and pick their brain about the best parts of the program. So I think that's the best part of attending.
All right, we're here at Impact25 with Noah Balderas. Multiple time appearance on the Paycast network. Shout out Agent Roundtable Part 1 and 2. Go watch if you haven't. But anyways, Noah, let me know, what are you most excited for to be here at Impact25?
I'm excited to meet a couple of the people that I've known on social medias for a long time. I haven't met them in person, so that's pretty cool. I'd like to take a look at all the cool resources that are out there for the reps and ISOs, and obviously hanging out with the team. Yeah. And we're rocking and rolling, bro.
Also, on a scale of like 1 to 15 or 16, how excited are you for Ludacris?
22. Let's go.
You hear that, Ludacris?
Tearing up the club like 3-6. We got to control all over the place, and somebody got to put it to a stop quick.
Shout out Ludacris in 22. That was pretty good.
Let's go.
All right, cool. Well, Noah will be hanging out with us. You will see him again, I'm sure, not only at our Impact video, but also I'm sure you'll be on another episode of the Paycast Network.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Nice meeting you, brother.
Thank you, man. All right, we're doing the very first ever Paycast Network swimming pool review at Caesar's Palace Swimming Pool. As you can see behind me, there it is. First couple thoughts, a lot of really great statues, decorations, domes, trees. If I had to change anything, I'd maybe do more statues, maybe more domes, a couple more trees maybe. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to like 17-ish, probably like a 15, 16 and a half. Great pool, not a lot of people in it right now, so it's really tough to know. But as far as Paycast Network pool reviews go, it's the best one we've done yet. It's also the only one we've done yet.
Mark, great seat, sir. I'm King Mark. Hi, how are you?
All right, we are here day 2 of Impact25, best beer in the business and I. Starting out the day, very packed day. Yesterday was great. Quick thoughts on yesterday, the meet and greets and all that, James.
It was fun. It was fun to catch up with some friends, new and old, and to just kind of hang out. The food last night at the event was quite good. Had quite a bit to drink as well, and so it was a lot of fun, and had a bit of an interesting event around the pool.
If you know, you know.
We might talk about that later. But overall, a good time. And then today we started the actual keynote sessions. So we just wrapped up the first part of that. We're in a 15-minute intermission right now. And then I think next we have a fireside chat with Visa coming up.
Yeah, I think yesterday it was good to kind of just have a good a meet and greet start. Mm-hmm. The reception was nice. There was some eventful things there, yeah, like James mentioned. And today, so far, yeah, packed day compared to yesterday. Yeah. We've got breakfast. We've already had 2 chats, fireside chat coming, lunch, breakout sessions, whatnot. Great start to the day from Mike. I liked how he kind of just told the story of how we got to where we are, or how he got to where we are.
I like the format he did too. He did like the choose your own adventure, and as a kid, I loved those kind of looks.
Yeah.
I also could tell that he really enjoyed the AI images. He had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And so, but it was kind of cool where he would throughout put up a slide with an image where we could choose where he continued on with the story. And so the interactive part of that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, and I like how he opened everything up with that because, like they mentioned last night, this is the biggest impact that they've done, which means there's probably a lot of new faces here. So it is cool to see literally how we are here today, what Mike has done to get here. His entrance was hype, exciting, a lot of aggressive music. I was kind of expecting some pyrotechnics at one point.
I think they're saving that for the closing event, but we're going to save that. That's a surprise.
Yeah.
And then what do you think, too, of that second part, too, with Handpoint? The opportunities brought on there. So it's going to allow that easy API. Of course, they're demonstrating it live here at Impact. So they got the I keep hearing people say POS Lab. I've heard some say Pause Lab. I'm team POS Lab.
I'm Pause. I'm Team Pause.
You would be. You would be. But they have the Handpoint participating there as well. And I've actually seen that quite a few ISOs have already jumped on board with their own development. So be sure to, if you're here, check that out.
Yeah.
If you're watching online from afar, stay tuned. We might be able to grab some footage of that. We'll try a bit later during the breakout sessions this afternoon. And then, of course, in addition to that Easy API, they've also got the ability with Handpoint to move beyond the North America market.
Yep. That was the biggest part for me.
A lot of interesting, and that was really cool too, and I appreciate it because as Mike was telling his story, and Jody during the Handpoint presentation reemphasized this, is that we're not just talking about the here and now, but where are we going over the next 5 years? This is a long-term plan.
Yeah.
And so I really thought that was cool to just kind of to look at it from like the big picture. When you look at all these tiny pieces, some of these moves, like why Handpoint?
Right.
That doesn't make sense when you just focus on that. But when you look at the bigger picture here, this is a long-term game plan for everyone involved and where we want our futures to be. And I thought that was really a cool point.
Yeah, and that got me thinking about kind of the show in general is a lot about where we are going from here, just in the industry as a whole, right? Everybody here is successful, has been doing this for a while. They kind of have what they work with, the people they work with.
Right.
Outside of like the Facebook groups, where else do you get this much good information about where the industry is going?
Right.
So I really like how they started with that, and I think that sets a good precedent for the rest of the show for us all to keep that in mind as we learn and move through this.
Yeah, so far a pretty good start to the day. Looking forward to the rest, and we'll keep you guys posted.
See you there.
On another episode of Does Chase Actually Know Where He's Going?
Somebody's stealing my thunder over here. Look at that microphone they got. All right, we're here with JP Davis, a good friend of the show. He hasn't been on yet, but we're definitely going to get him on an episode. JP, tell us, before we go back into these sessions, we just came out from Mike Nardy kind of did the intro, and then we talked about Handpoint. What were your thoughts on the intro and kind of the theatrics of Mike coming out and making everybody stand up and cheer for him?
What I like about Mike is when he's up there and he talks to us like we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get up there and they're trying to like do big presentations and wow the crowd. Mike's just talking to you like a friend.
Yeah.
Like you've known him forever. That's the coolest thing about Mike. He's just always that guy. He's that down-to-earth guy. Like I said, man, the dude answers emails at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell are you doing up at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
But that's who Mike is. He just talks to you like a friend. He gets excited about other people's success. He's always been that way. He's more excited about what we do than what they do, and that's what makes him a great leader.
Yeah. Now, out of all of the conferences and shows like this that you go to, for this one specifically, we're about halfway through, just getting into the breakout session days. What are you looking to get out of it?
I like just to see more about technology. I mean, table turns are a really hot thing, and we have a huge need for that, especially with most ISOs competing against like Toast and what Clover can't do, right? Yep. No shout out to Clover. But then the other stuff too, like getting to sit down with Déja Vu and actually going through their products and seeing what's on the horizon for them and learning that. And then just meeting the people. I'm actually excited about the interchange one we're doing for level 2 and level 3.
Yeah.
Because I know agents been doing this for 20 years, still don't know what the hell that is.
Right.
So, ways that you can earn money within your money and just education, man.
Yeah. I always find it really interesting for guys like yourself that have been doing this for a really long time. You're very successful. And I think a lot of times guys can get kind of complacent and think, I make my money, I'm good at it, I do what I do.
Think about that. Like 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago, we were selling machines. Now I rarely sell a machine. It's usually some kind of software. They want a POS. And now it's getting more to like, how do I tie this to that and make it one unit? So, I mean, I don't have very many clients that just have machines anymore, right? It's how do I tie and make everything together? Or you'll have somebody that's like a CEO and they don't have an accountant and this and that, so they need a software that'll run all the things together so they can do their business.
And how much of these, when you come here, is it to find out what the future of the industry looks like?
Mike's always the guy on the cutting edge. He knows what's coming. So, I mean, they built another platform for us, Sigma. They brought in other vendors for us. They bought a POS. They made a POS. He didn't roll it out too early, even when we were all getting hammered with Toast. He waited to make sure the shit was right.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah. All right, now, real quick, give me the story of the jersey. Turn around so we can see the back. I think your whole team has the jerseys, right?
Yep. So it's Veterans Day. Half of our team is veterans. That's a big deal for us.
Shout out veterans.
Yeah. We try to do a jersey every year. Just team unity. That's been the success of JadaPay, is just team unity, treating everybody like a family, come together, have a good time. The business and the money always makes itself, man. You have the right foundation, the right people, you can do anything.
Right.
Like James.
Like James.
That guy is the heart of Bright, man.
Best beard in the business is behind the
guy's
camera
heart of
right
Bright.
now.
That guy is the reason why Bright's successful.
You gotta stop. Everybody gotta stop pumping his ego like that.
No, that's true. That's true. 100%.
All right, thanks, JP. All right, we are here at Impact25 with the Paycast Network. I have Chris Clark here with me, VP of Sales, Déja Vu, our wonderful sponsor of the Paycast Network, Déja Vu. Chris,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful couch that we found over
We found in some
corner.
empty ballroom. Not bad.
Exactly. So to start, Chris, you have been to, how many Impact shows have you been to?
As far as I can recall, it's the fourth.
Okay.
So we did 2 in Orlando and then the 2 in Vegas so far.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So first question, what impact has Impact had on you?
So electronic payments is, by volume of devices, our largest customer.
Okay.
So they are one of our most important ISO accounts. So for me to actually be invited to these events and to be able to sponsor and actually meet and greet the faces we talk to from day to day, it's helped grow the partnership even more. So we love interacting with them, and it's been humbling.
Okay, awesome. So at this particular show this year, Impact25, we are at the recording of this halfway through day 2.
Yeah.
So the first day we've had the full Pause Lab experience. We started the sessions. What is one of the more important or interesting things that you have experienced at this specific show?
So they really stretched out the time of the Pause Lab this year. You know,
Okay.
we spent almost 8 hours in there. So
Wow.
practically, and as I understand it, 450 agents are here this year.
Yep.
Incredible agent network for EPI, and that's one of their wonderful strengths is just they stick around. Obviously, EPI's got a wonderful reputation, so we pretty much got to get in front of each one of them.
Yeah.
As they got to come into the room, we gave them some nice swag this year. They got to see some of the new features, and even for my counterpart that's with me here, James, that supports them.
Yep.
And he got to see them too, and meet names with faces, and so that's been just a great experience for that.
What is your plan for the rest of the show while we're here?
Yeah, so we are about an hour away from doing a breakout session. We were graciously offered to do almost a 1 hour one-on-one breakout with the agents. So it's called Under the Hood. We're going to be going over the new devices that EPI is going to be offering from our P line, the P12, the P17, the P18, the QD3 pin pad. They have not been able to touch these yet, so these agents are going to get some nice stuff. We'll be talking about some of the new features that are under iPOS Pays today, our new unattended technology coming out, and things with integrations.
So I always find it interesting with a company like Déja Vu, who in this market is well known. And I think you're not going to talk to very many people here who don't know Déja Vu, if any. So for somebody like yourself who does go to a lot of shows and is talking to these agents, outside of just sharing the new features and whatnot, what are you guys looking to get out of just conferences in general for a brand that's already very well known?
Yeah, so I can speak from that because I was, I think, employee number 9 or something. So
Wow.
I've been here a long time, and here we are with 300 employees. So building it, and that's the humbling part, and then seeing how they trust us. And we just want to build on that. We want to get more trust, we want to get more customers. There's a lot out there we still don't have, and even the time you spend, there's so much to show and so much to educate them on. You never have enough time. So to be able to see them again and again and come out to all these shows after 20-something years that I've been doing that side of the business, and I just love it. It's sometimes the travel, as you know, right,
Oh, yeah.
can be a little fun, but
Yeah.
getting to meet and greet with the people and hang out with them in a casual environment is great. It takes the pressure off, and everything just kind of flows.
Do you ever, when you're at these shows, meeting people, literally hundreds of people, does somebody ever give you an idea that you take back?
Oh,
and you say,
100%.
Hey, we gotta,
100%. We just got one yesterday, and that's part of how iPOS Pays has grown so much, based on the feedback. We didn't know how to build a gateway. We didn't know what we should have. We didn't want to we wanted original thought. So a lot of the feedback came, and like an agent yesterday, Miss Valerie King, she's so great. So she showed us something that a merchant needed, and we bring it back to the product team to figure out how to make it work. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody in our company has always told me, don't think of the solution, take the problem to the engineer.
Right. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with us for a little bit.
Thank you for
Hopefully we
having
can
me.
get you back to the studio for a full episode at some point.
Yeah, sure.
And don't be surprised if Chris pops up on a few other videos from while we're here at Impact25. But Chris,
Thank you so much.
thank you
Nice
so
to meet
much.
you.
And thank you to Déja Vu as always.
Thank you.
We are here, Impact 25, with the man of the hour, the day, the week. It is Mike Nardy, his first of many appearances on the Paycast network. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
My first question, so we've been talking to a lot of people here, and we asked them, what are you trying to get out of Impact? How's Impact impacting you? But as the man who has created all of this, I want to know how Impact has impacted you.
I mean, first we started with Founders Club, which was a really an incentive trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's educational.
Right.
So talking about all of our products and services, everything we put out there for the merchants, it's, that's our focus.
Mm-hmm.
As far as for me, I love seeing our people. I love the agents, the ISOs, everybody that's here. They're so passionate and they're like super excited. And then they know each other from like Facebook and they know each other from emails or from past trips. And they're like, oh, I see you.
Right.
So that's like just kills it for me. I love it. I love it.
So I want to go back in time a little bit. For the viewers, the beginning of the sessions today, Mike took us literally on an adventure of how we got to where we are today, how Mike got here. So I want to go back in time with you, Mike. And if you could go back to Mike Nardy way back when you first started creating electronic payments in college, if you could go back and tell that Mike Nardy where you would end up today, what do you think he would say?
Say you're crazy. Right? you're nuts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I started out with the idea, signed up my first merchant, and from there it's just a snowball. And then once I realized we could work with agents around the country, it was just off to the races.
Right.
And like I said this morning, it was like rinse and repeat. Haven't changed anything from the time we started. We just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And then developed products and services in-house and then just snowballed that to grow.
Right.
But the Mike Nardy from college would not have believed this in a million years.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I thought I'd be doing business in some fashion or some capacity, but I didn't think I'd be, running an ISO. It's international now.
Right.
Employees in Europe and,
Right.
1,500 agents around the country.
Right.
And
It
250 employees. I mean, it's pretty wild.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
So as Mike Nardy and EPI, who are obviously kind of on the cutting edge of innovation in the space, you're kind of ahead of a lot of the people and you're looking to the future. How do you balance, or do you balance, like the near future? We've talked a lot about what's going on over the next 3 to 5 years, but do you also think about the next 10 to 20 years for not only yourself, but for EPI?
Yeah, I mean, definitely my horizon for work, right? I'm working for myself in 5 years from now. But thinking about the business, where payments are going to go, what technologies are going to be there, how we're going to be transacting. Like that's partly why we built Sigma for the Visa rails, because we want to piggyback on the biggest rails in the world.
Right.
It's really important. What they build, we'll be able to take advantage of. And so that's our trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely thinking, 5-10 years from now, and what payments are going to look like. I mean, are we going to have the credit card? Are we going to have a chip in our arm,
wrist.
Tap?
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, you do have a chip on your wrist now. It's in your watch.
Yeah.
They already have that.
Yeah.
So where do we go from there? I mean,
Right.
I'm not a fan of things embedded in my body necessarily.
Not yet.
Yet. But, as we go forward, technology changes and people adapt and they get more comfortable with things, right? So now we're comfortable with, cars that drive themselves.
Yeah.
Or cars with a flat screen.
Yeah.
Whereas before we were all hitting the dials, right? So, people change.
Yeah.
It's an interesting business though.
Oh, yeah.
And it's evolved a lot in the last 15 years. So.
Can you talk a little bit about, and I think you are the perfect person to speak on this. I find it so interesting that this industry, almost everybody in this industry is a competitor, right? Everybody in here in some form is competing against each other if they're in the same market and so on. But also I think there's such a sense of community in this industry and everybody knows you. You're obviously a big personality. You put on the shows, run the groups. So can you just speak a little bit to how there is a sense of community while there is also a lot of, competition between people?
So, when I started out, I had a conversation with somebody and I said, I was partnered with them. And I said, what if electronic payments, exceeds the need for you as a company? Like, what if we get too big? And the answer was perfect. The guy said, I hope that is the case. And if that is the case, you have your deal and you can move on to other companies. But when you grow, we're going to grow. So maybe there's always going to be a reason that we're working together, and we're just larger as you're larger. So yeah, we compete against all of our, people in this room necessarily, but like we don't sign direct deals, so we don't specifically compete. But as they grow, we grow. Mm-hmm. And like I talked about this morning, 1 + 1 = 3. Their growth is our growth, and then our growth helps build stuff that helps them grow. Mm-hmm. So it's this like flywheel effect that just keeps on going. And that's what I love about this industry and who we work with.
What would you say for a conference like this is the most important part? And maybe they're both equally important. I think there's a lot of learning that goes on with the technology and where the industry is going, but also just the networking part of people meeting yourself and other vendors and agents. Which would you say is kind of the big goal?
So number one, networking is huge. We can go back to the original Founders Club in 2012, and we've gone to people's weddings. We've had a best man meet at 2012 Founders Club that later got married, and he was the best man. People have gone on vacations together.
Wow.
So the camaraderie of the agents, because you're bringing together people from all around the country. Florida, New York, California, Wisconsin, Idaho, like they're all coming together.
Yeah.
And they would have no other reason to be meeting each other.
Right.
Except for, electronic payments, a little part of it, but the industry as a whole. And so they're learning from each other, they're networking, that's really important. Friendships are huge. I've gone to weddings, I talked to one of our early agents passed away, that's like hurts,
Right.
that I recruited myself.
Wow.
That's life.
Right.
But it's part of the business. But, we have friendships that are enduring for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
So networking, friendships, number 1, 2, training, product, learning new things, what we offer, what, the industry's offering. Visa meeting today was awesome.
Yeah.
Learning about, agentic commerce and things that they're doing. Like, that's really cool stuff.
Right.
Where do we, in 5 years from now, are we talking with ChatGPT saying, I want to go on vacation. Here's my budget. Where am I going? And they give you the itinerary and they bill it and it's all done and you just show up.
Right.
Like, that's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. It's like
awesome.
You have your own bot,
Right.
Just need to make it not a fraud bot.
Yeah, it's your own assistant that
your
is
personal assistant,
hopefully
basically.
follows the rules,
Hopefully,
right? Well, Mike, thank you for joining us.
You.
And
Appreciate
thank you for everything here
love
that
it.
you've done.
Thank you. And I
also.
love Paycast. I think it's great. And please keep doing these things. It's really important for the industry as a whole. Learn from each other. This is not good for the recording.
It's all right. We got a noise cancellation.
Good. Paycast is great. So just keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. What's your favorite table game you think you might be playing while we're here?
Blackjack.
That's a good one. That's
You
a
know
good
what
one.
I mean?
Yeah. Any travel issues for you?
No, not too bad.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
No travel issues? Are you kidding me? This has a noise cancellation feature, by the way. Favorite table game?
Unfortunately, free bet and craps, but they haven't been my favorite the last day or so.
Oh, that's because you're winning so much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, James, I heard they modeled this statue after you.